During this great weather, we must make sure that we support indoor skate parks. And one great way of doing that is by coming to Rush this Saturday, the 28th of July 2018. As you can see, we've got 3 jams over the 3 sections, in the street jam, the park jam and the bowl jam. So come along, support indoor skate parks and have a great time. As you can see, we're supported by some great brands, so we are sure to have a good day. Hopefully we'll see you there.
Alright, it's your man Brett from the skateboarding show. Still here at Concrete Way. Why would I need to go anywhere else?
Well, exactly.
Could you introduce yourself, please?
Ollie Monk, Newquay Town Councillor and Cornwall Councillor. I've sort of been helping organise and raise the money to build what you can see behind you, which is Newquay's Concrete Waves.
So normally I'd only have skateboarders or industry people or somebody really directly sort of connected within the industry to skateboarding, but I think you've played such a major part in bringing something to the skateboard community that it totally warrants having you on the show.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you. Thank you, because we have what I believe is that we have a national scene in skateboarding, really, because England's relatively small. You can get around most of it relatively easily. So you know, when you build a park in Newquay, it's not only going to serve Newquay.
No, I think you're right. I think skateboarding and the skateboarding fraternity are almost like a family. You know, there's a family of people who do it. They all, when you get to a certain standard, you all know the guys who are hanging out, all the guys who are up and coming, all the older guys who are still doing it, who are still with us. And you know, so you're right. It's a very, even though it's a national sport, the actual scene is very, very tight.
Yeah, and I beg your pardon actually, because I just remembered what you said just a minute ago. What did you used to do in the 90s and early 2000s?
I had a couple of skateboard shops and surf shops in Manchester.
Right. Okay.
Called Harpoon Lewis, and I did that for many a year, and then.
So you've had direct contact and workings within the skateboard industry.
Yeah, I've organised contests before up in Manchester and things like that, and worked with the skating crew up there. Used to sponsor a few riders and inliners and stuff, and yeah, did quite well with it all for a long period of time. Then we moved down here, and there was an opportunity to help raise the money for something like this, and it was an opportunity I couldn't say no to, so I got involved and helped raise the money and make sure it happened. So I was the sort of glue, I think, because I could. The problem that the council, without getting boring, everyone. The problem
we want to know some details.
The problem that the council had is they didn't understand how to talk to the skating community, and the skating community didn't really know how to talk to the council.
No, that's a fair thing to say.
And because I sort of have that background, I could sort of use the language of skateboarding, talk to the skaters and find out what they wanted, how to provide it, and then take that back to the council and talk in a council sort of way, and be able to then start saying, look, this project is viable, let's find out where the money is, let's make it happen, and then build support from within the council to make it happen, which wasn't easy, but it took a while, but we're here.
Yeah. So you're one of the town councillors.
Well, I'm a town councillor and also what you'd call a county councillor as well.
Right. Okay.
So I do both. So this is my area where the park is for town council, and my county council area is just opposite the train tracks up there.
Right. Okay.
So it helped, but being both, it's helped because you have a little bit more access to different people being county council who can make decisions and help you push the thing forward. So yeah, it's been a real good project, but it's not been me on my own by any stretch. It's been the whole town council has worked very, very hard together to realise this project and make it happen. And they've seen the benefit of what these type of projects can do, how these projects can empower people and bring, not only that, it's a financial investment for the town to make, because they know it's going to bring so many people down here.
Well, look how busy it is right now, you know, it's like it's packed out there.
There's tons of people riding, and when we were at the start of the holiday season, we've not even really told anyone that we're open. We've kept it deliberately quiet to keep it a nice low-key sort of opening. Obviously you know about it and you've come down here.
Social media nowadays, nothing stays quiet, does it? You know what I mean? Like, not for long. Like you say, tight-knit community. If you're on the right news feeds, you soon find out about stuff that's going on. Yeah. Okay, so that's interesting. So you talked about there's certain people that you had to kind of sort of educate as such within the council. What sort of roles did they have then, and therefore what influence did they have on this on giving the yay or nay to this?
They were all other town councillors who were a bit unsure about the viability of it and whether it was a project worth doing. And what we had to do was show them how much this was required and wanted by the local riding population. And I mean, normally when the town council does a survey, you might get 30 people responding to it. We had 2,500 people responding to the survey. And you know, the kids, and they all said they wanted a new bespoke concrete facility. So then there was that, and then there was also the business case you had to make. They said, look, the old wooden one was costing 15 grand a year to run. So if you think 10 years, that's 150 grand we're saving immediately. But these are pretty much maintenance free. So So
and this thing will last. I mean, God.
Oh, I mean, 40 years time.
Yeah. Second generation will be skating this, no problem. Yeah.
And then obviously moving forward, there's the opportunity to get board masters involved with coming down here. Not this year, obviously, but next year. Then there's talk of all the other different Vans series and all the different different contests that we could. And we've got to formulate a policy for that. That'll come. So for next year, you'll see more and more of the people coming and wanting to use the facility for.
I really hope so, because you know, Van Series, as an example, seems to have been expanding out.
Yeah.
It's gone from America into Europe, and to have it here in the UK would just be incredible. You know, to have that level of skateboarders, to have that sort of. You know, earlier on this year we had Street League in London, and that was great. And again, we had a whole load of international skateboarders come over for that, and people were able to see that style of skateboarding live right in front of their face for the first time. But yeah, to have something like Vans Street League, Vans Park Series over here, just be incredible.
And it just shows the local skaters what can be done when the world's best turn up, and it can give them inspiration to push themselves to the next level. I mean, obviously, you know, skateboarding's in the Olympics next year, BMXing's in the Olympics, surfing's in the Olympics, and what we've done with this facility, I think, is to be able to encapsulate Newquay's position as the sort of hub of sort of the board riding sort of extreme sport capital, really, of the country. There's not. I mean, I've been to Fort William a couple of times snowboarding, and they've got it sus with the downhill mountain bike track. They've got some great facilities up there for skiing and snowboarding. But, you know, for sort of look at the weather down here right now, skating, surfing, BMXing. There's nowhere better in Europe, I don't think, right now.
No. Not right now. Not with this heat wave.
Well, the surf could be better because it's flat. But apart from that,
I mean, also, you know, like. I don't know whether or not you do want to hear this, but what we also like as skateboarders, for those of us that are a little bit older and we can understand these things, is that sometimes it helps because other town councils are going to look at what you've done and are going to go, oh, that's how you do it. That's what a proper skate park is.
Yes.
And some of them even start like trying to sort of compete against each other.
Well, I was just talking to two lads. They're over there from St Austell. They've come over here to skate because their park's in disarray. And I said, well, why don't you approach your council to try and see if they can? Oh no, they built one 10 years ago. It was okay. It's worn out now. It's not so good. I said, you know what? They'll be jealous of this facility. And they'll up their game, and they'll want to provide it. And you already know there's about 4 or 5 other skate parks in the pipeline in Cornwall. Ives is looking at having one. Perranporth's looking at having one. The Falmouth's having a look at. All these skate parks are going to be built throughout Cornwall. And then what's going to happen? Why shouldn't Newquay have the best? I mean, fantastic that it has got the best skate park in the UK right now. But London should have a £10 million skate. Manchester, Birmingham, Glasgow, all these big metropolitan centres should up the game. And now when they see what Newquay's done, it'll hopefully inspire them to make their own parks.
Like up in Gloucestershire, we've got Cheltenham and we've got Gloucester, 2 major big towns with big town councils, and it took a little tiny parish called Churchdown just in the middle of them to build an incredible Maverick Park. And it should have embarrassed them. You know, I sincerely hope it has. That thing's been up and running for 6 years. That's another feature park that people travel up from Bristol down from Birmingham to come and ride. And Cheltenham and Gloucester have got nothing. It's embarrassing. It's just embarrassing.
It's almost like council keep up with the Mr. Joe or the Joneses. You know, if your neighbour gets a new car, you want to that type of philosophy. And I'm sure that will happen with this. You know, when the skaters see what's been achieved here, and other councils see that, and they realise it is a relatively straightforward process, given some determination. You're going to see this happening across the country.
Because one thing I will, you know, like, as I'm sure you guys did, when you do your feasibility studies and you do your research into it, you go and look at other facilities, And it is incredible when you take a councillor to another facility and you go, yeah, this is what a skate park should look like. A lot of them go, oh, well, we just didn't know. We just didn't know that this is what one is supposed to look like. We didn't know it's supposed to be this sort, you know. A lot of them are like, well, we thought we'd just give you a half pipe and that'd be fine. And we're like, well,
we did that. We as part of the process, we went to, when we got down the tender process, we went to look at a little skate park in Farnham, and there was a new Mavericks one in Dunstable as well.
Right.
So we just that just opened, and we went up there, and that was a great park. And it was fun enough talking to a councillor up there who made it happen, how relatively easy it was for them. They just said, yeah, we need this, get the money, do it. And it was a lot harder to do that down here, but it's a much bigger park and project. So it's been a fantastic learning curve and a fantastic voyage to be involved with. And and now the fruits of all our labour have paid off, and you've got this awesome facility that you can see.
I haven't heard a bad thing about it yet. Everyone's loving it. And as I say, you know, you can see how busy it is.
Look at it, yeah. I mean,
it's right there for
and we've kept it quiet. You know, it's people here at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Well, we rocked up at 9:30 and it was busy then.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, look at this, you know.
It's just a great
it's lovely.
vibe. Yeah.
I love it. I'm really impressed. And I'm like, you know, like I say, yes, I live 3 hours drive north, but pardon me, like I say, we got a national scene. So you build a park in Newquay, you build a park in Birmingham, you build a park anywhere else. You know, those older guys who have got the opportunity to travel around, we're always grateful. I'm very grateful. I know many other people are grateful, and it's just, I can't. It blows my mind. This is free. This is free. You turn up as long as you've got your skateboard.
You can
rock on,
get
involved.
Get out there.
That's amazing.
Stay safe,
really
do it right, and get out there. And you know, what a nice vibe. There's no hassle. There's no hydro. Everyone's cool and mellow.
Yeah.
It's just really,
very supportive.
Lovely.
Everyone's just trying to help everyone else.
Yeah. Great stuff.
Love that. Right, Ollie, thank you very much for your time.
No worries.
Much appreciated.
Big up to you, mate.
Yeah, you too.
Spread the message.
Let's say goodbye. Bye.